Hello students, welcome to Ekam IS Academy Hyderabad. Today I am going to discuss a very important dimension related to UPSC preparation, that is NCERTs. See, many of the freshers always come to me asking certain questions related to NCERTs. See, my guru from whom I have studied while preparing for UPSC, he always used to say, "Oh boy, till such time you have not completed your NCERTs, believe you me, your preparation for UPSC has not started." So I always was eager to understand why sir is telling like this. So today, with the same question in my mind, some students who are joining on the foundation batch, they are asking this question to me. So I thought this is very apt at this point of time to help the freshers to understand the importance of NCERT. Okay, so in this particular dimension, it is a series of two videos. Today I am going to discuss why NCERT is important to study the NCERTs. In the next video, we will discuss how to read the NCERTs. Okay. Now coming back to why to read NCERT, you should understand one thing, that the reason why it is said that NCERT is a very important dimension of UPSC preparation is, you have to understand it is an official book. It means whatever is the content available in the NCERT books, it is the word of the state. When I use the word of the state, it means whatever word of the state. When I make the statement word of the state, it means that whatever is written in the book, it is the word of the country, it is the word of the government, it is the word of the state. So that is the reason why it goes beyond objection. Say for example, there is a word called secularism. There is a word called communism. So whenever somebody is talking about these two important dimensions, if he has read from NCERTs, nobody can question his understanding of secularism or communism, which is based on NCERT learning. So that is how important dimensions where a bureaucrat would be working in future, learning from the NCERTs gives them the confidence that whatever he or she has learned, he has learned from the official book. And when the editing or the writing of this NCERTs happen, believe you me, the topmost faculty are handpicked by the country in editing these books, and it goes through, what you call layers of editing before the book is finally published. So it is not a random selection of articles from here and there that has been put in under this books as a proper booklet, So that is the reason why it gives authority to this. This gives authority to say that whatever I have read is correct. Okay. Now moving to the next point. The next point is NCERT. See, you will understand and agree with me that the students who are preparing for UPSC, they come from different walks of life and different academic backgrounds. Some may be an engineer, some could be a Master of Arts, some could be just a BCom graduate, some could have come by doing their BSc. So like this, students who appear in the UPSC examination, they come from different academic streams. So now what the role NCERT does here is to bring them on parallel to each other. When I use the word parallel to each other, what I primarily mean to say is, say for example, I am a law graduate. When I am a law graduate, for me, the NCERT related to Indian polity and the constitution at work, these dimensions may seem very easy. But immediately when I am reading art and culture, I may find it difficult. So that is how it is primarily meant to take you back everybody to the basics. See, one thing you need to understand here is, see, there is always a feeling that the language that is used in NCERT is simplified. The reason why the language you feel simplified is, this book is designed for a 6th standard student. This is the bracketing we give, right? Generally we give the bracketing of 6 to 12. When you are reading a 6th standard book, the 6th standard child is there in the mind of the curators who are editing this particular NCERT book. So that is how you may feel that the language is simplified to the core, but it is primarily targeted for this standard students. This one dimension you need to understand. The second is, there is one more question. I always wonder, as a student I always used to wonder, why people are telling you start reading from 6th to 12th, why people are not saying you start from 4th to 10th or 5th to 10th, why only 6th to 12th is the bracketing of NCERT learning. The reason why is, if you happen to compare the 5th standard book with the 6th standard book, you will see that the language, the vocabulary of the 6th standard book is completely different than the 5th standard book. The reason why the scientists, the people who are behind this, they feel that when a student comes into the 6th standard, this is the time when the psychomotor skills start bedding in. It means that this is the time when a child starts developing an ideology within himself. The natural liking or disliking for a particular subject starts at this particular stage. Generally you will see there would be some students who would be very happy with maths. There would be some students, they would be liking science. There would be some students who would be liking language. So this choice of liking and disliking generally starts at the age of 11-12 when the student is in 6th standard. That is the reason why the UPSC also prefers the students to start reading from 6th to 12th, so that in this process he or she also identifies or connects himself or herself to one particular subject which they can in future go and take as one of their optionals. So that is how it is very scientifically designed, the bracket of learning of NCERTs also. And lastly, and the most important dimension, I would say that you need to understand that it is the book, it is a book and not the book. You cannot go to write UPSC examination only by reading NCERTs. No, it is not possible. But definitely not without reading NCERTs. It means to say that it is only meant to give you a strong foundation. Once the strong foundation is built, now it is time you can go for the prescribed textbooks. This is primarily the NCERT would work as a launch pad to take you off in your journey of UPSC preparation. This particular dimension, I have seen some students who do not read NCERT at all. There are some students who repetitively keep reading NCERTs. Both are wrong in their own perspective. So you have to definitely read 1 to 2 thorough readings and making selective notes. How to when I will cover the class of how to how to read NCERTs, at that particular point of time I will talk at length about the selective reading, making notes and all these dimensions. Okay. So thank you very much. So this video is primarily intended to bring in seriousness as regards reading NCERTs. So I would expect at least now the students who are preparing for 2023 start taking NCERTs very seriously. Okay. Thank you.